just wanted to share something that I'm working on at the minute. I had bought a lovely little mini set of yarns from Elderflower Stitches, and they are a fade. So I decided, because I'm not a knitter and they're just small skeins of yarn, I wanted to make a little cushion cover. So what I've done is I've taken the fade colours that have gone from cream into a very light pink and then into a bit of a darker pink, and I've just used the half treble crochet stitch, and then what I've done is I've just stitched into the back loop of every row, so I get a little sort of indent, which is really nice. It's more like a raised effect, that's more what I mean. And then I thought, what can I use to go with this? Now I decided just to go with something that was quite contrasting in yarn type and colour, but nothing too dramatic. So I bought this sort of fuzzy yarn off Etsy, and it's a drops yarn. I forget the type of yarn, but it's really nice. It did take a bit of time to kind of work with because it was a lot finer, but it's so soft and just so nice. So that's more of like a, it's hard to describe the colour, but it is a lovely contrasting colour. So I'm going to stitch these together, I think, and just do like a slip stitch or just maybe sew along, and then I'm going to put them onto the cushion, which I have here behind me. So that's just a 12 by 12 inch square, and then I'm thinking I might make a couple of little flowers just to finish it off, and then I will have a lovely little pillow, well, cushion. So I'm looking forward to that, and I just hope it works out really well. This panel, as I said, took a long time to kind of do, but I've just been working on that over the last few days. So I'm going to get that put together and see how it looks, and then when I've completed the cushion I will share that with you when I can. But I just thought I'd let you see what I've been up to, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing how it looks. So it'll be really sweet and pretty. Yeah, and because of this yarn, the pattern doesn't show up as much, but you can see that it is the same. It's hard to kind of focus on. There, that's better. So it's a lot finer and it's more subtle than it is over here. This is a lot, you can see the design so much more, but that was the effect that I was kind of looking for. So I'm just hoping it looks really nice once it's completely finished and made into a cushion cover.
Hi and welcome back to my little vlog here. I am coming to you from Fife in Scotland and my name is Natalie. I live with my husband and my 2 children. They are 15 years old and 12 years old. We have a son and a daughter. They are at the minute doing online learning because we are in a lockdown here in Scotland, and on Monday they started back to school, so they're doing all their online learning and they're doing lessons, live lessons, and when they don't have live lessons they've got other work that they can be getting on with, which is great. My son is doing very well with all that. He is really good at planning and organising, so don't have a worry with him, it is great. And because he does a paper round 3 days a week, his routine doesn't really change for him at all, so I'm really thankful for that. And once he's home he just gets sorted out, gets his computer on and gets on with it. On another note, our daughter, she has been proving a bit of a challenge, but we're working on it, and I think she just needs structure, which we're working on, and she just needs to be in a proper environment where she can just really focus on her work properly. She gets distracted far too easily, whereas my son, he doesn't. Anyway, so they're doing really well with that. They've had quite a busy day today. So yeah, it's been quite a strange week with all this homeschooling and just keeping on top of things and making sure that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. Other than that, there's nothing else that I can do. I just need to make sure that they're in on their live classes and participating, because if they don't, I kind of feel bad. I mean, they say it's not compulsory, but they really ought to be in their live classes because they can interact with their teachers. Whether they can interact with their peers, I'm not quite sure, but it's proving to be a really good way of working all this online learning. Although on Monday, Microsoft Teams, which is the program that they use, if that's the right word, program, there was a lot of issues because there was so many pupils out there who were using it, and I don't think Microsoft Teams could handle it. So I think a lot of parents and children were really struggling at the beginning of the week, but I think things are starting to settle down a bit more, so it shouldn't be too bad. So fingers crossed it keeps going smoothly. So yeah, they're doing well, and we just have to get into a good routine of it all. It's strange for us all, but because my husband's downstairs working 5 days a week most of the time, I'm the one that's kind of making sure that they're doing what they need to do, which is fine. I don't mind because I then know what they're doing and what's expected of them, and it's just good to see them working hard. For me, I am not on furlough, I am working, but there's only various things that I can do to help my husband at home because we have a colleague or a couple of colleagues who come in and work alongside my husband to help fulfill Amazon orders and just our own orders as well. So I can only do what he gives me to do, and if I've got nothing else to do, then I'm either doing housework or I'm just trying to be creative. So I'm making use of my creativity and not just sitting around doing nothing. I've actually done a pile of ironing this afternoon, and I thought it's time to sit down and grab a cup of tea, which I am working on, and it is probably starting to go cold, but I can always make another one. On my mug I actually have a lovely mug warmer which was made by someone called Tilly Makes on Instagram. This was one of the presents that I got. It was more of a present to me from me, and yeah, I think it does the job. It's really nice. So I'm just enjoying my cup of tea, and I'm going to probably make another one in a little bit. I do not know. So in this vlog there will be quite a bit of footage of a few walks and just things that I've been making. I did start working on some English paper piecing, but I've not got very far. As far as I've got is cutting out all the hexagons, little ones and bigger ones, and I've glued on some fabrics onto the small ones. So I will share what I've done, but it's not really kind of worth showing what I have done because there's not a lot. I need to stitch the bits of fabric together and then stitch the hexes together, but I'm just going to play around with it and see how I get on. I've never done it before. I made a little something for myself, so I will be sharing that as well further on in the video, unless I've showed it already, I cannot remember. Yeah, I've not really done much else. I got a really nice little printer that I'd asked for at Christmas, and it gives me instant photos, which is great. So I am going to be using that for my journal, so I am planning to do a few pages of that. I have not done anything in that for quite a long time. I've been doing a lot of reading, which I have really enjoyed, and at the minute I am reading Not Just for Christmas by Natalie Cox. Now, I wouldn't have been reading a Christmas book right now, but because of the type of weather that we've been having, I thought I may as well just read one more, because I only read one Christmas book before this, and I did have a plan to read more. So once I finish reading this, which I'm really enjoying, I didn't think I would, but I'm doing really well. So for me, I will get that finished off, and then I'm going to get back into just normal books, and just find something that I fancy trying for a change. I got a couple of really nice books at Christmas, so I think I will read one of those. And what else have I been doing? Just trying to think. I've been ordering lots of little yarn minis as well, so I mean, I didn't really know what I was going to do with them, but I've hooked up little items, and I've done some little scarves because I really fancied trying that, so they will appear further on. Yeah, I don't think there's really much else to report. We're all keeping well here. I hope you're all keeping well, and I hope you are keeping yourselves sane with a bit of crafting, whether it's crocheting, knitting, or something else, sewing, and are just taking time out for you just to look after yourself. Self-care is so important. I cannot recommend enough that you need to just go and look after yourself, even more so now with all this pandemic going on. We are hoping, well, I'm hoping schools are back in February, but we'll see what Nicola Sturgeon says. I know it's her priority to get them back to school as soon as it is safe to do so. So fingers crossed, and I'm praying so hard as well for that too. I am wearing one of my Christmas presents. I got a really, really nice sort of sparkly cardigan, but it's one of those reversible ones where you can wear it back to front. It's really cozy, and if we have the fire on I get too hot, but it's really cozy and I'm loving it, and I just love all the speckles of sparkle. I love a bit of sparkle now and then. I'm going to go and finish my cup of tea and have a soft bake that I got from Aldi, and I will leave you all for now, and I hope you enjoy my video. Please comment below if you've got anything to say, or let me know how you're doing or what you're working on at the minute craft wise. and yeah, I will see you again in the next vlog, so take care.
Here we have a little case of really pretty fabrics, and this is going to be my little Hexy fabric case, or just fabrics for whatever sort of sewing projects I'd like to do. I have a few things in mind that I'd like to try. I have what's called a quickie glue pen. It's really for paper crafts, but I thought I would try it whilst I am doing my hexes, so hopefully it will work. I can get back to you on that. I cut out a whole load of little hexagons. Now I think they're 3/8, and over here I have glued on some of the fabrics in my little case, and the next step I need to do is just fold over the fabric and stitch all the corners together, and then I can stitch the actual hexes together. Now, I am someone who loves to have great balance with pattern and colour, so for me this little flower idea is just perfectly balanced. I have an idea of what I want to use this with once I've finished it. I won't say because I'm hoping it works out, and if it does I'm going to let you see that hopefully in the next vlog. And in the meantime I have been cutting out a whole load of 1 inch hexes, and I'm going to use not just these fabrics but some other ones as well of my own, and I'm just going to randomly try and put things together. And what I am thinking of doing is either making a wall hanging and putting it into a frame, or I might even try and make a cushion, but I think I'm going to need some help because I'm not great on a sewing machine and I wouldn't really know how to kind of go about that. But as far as I know, the lovely, I've forgotten her name now, oh that's terrible, Emma of Vintage Sewing Box, she said that she's been working on making a tutorial on how to make a hexie cushion, so I'm hoping that's going to go up either in the next day or two, and I will watch that and see how she goes about that, because maybe that will just help me decide what I want to make. I made this cushion for myself just over the last number of weeks and used a really pretty colour fade set from Susie of Elderflower Stitches. She has an Etsy shop, and I decided I wanted to make a really pretty cushion with it, which worked out really well, and I've still got bits of the yarn left. So what I did was, just to finish it off, I made some little roses with the yarn left from her set, and then on the other side I used a lovely soft yarn which took forever to hook up, but it was really worth it, and I had a bit left so I made a rose with that as well. And then I've just crocheted up a few little leaves and I've stitched them on. That took a bit of time as well, but I think at the end of the day it's worked out really well. It is not perfect, but that's okay. That's what handmade is all about. I'm absolutely delighted with it, and I think the colour fade looks really nice. So I'm really happy, and hopefully I can get some other little cushions made as well. And that's just perfect on the settee for when I'm sitting down with my feet up on my footstool and just watching the telly. So yeah, I really enjoyed doing that, and hopefully I can get some more made, because I do plan to make a couple more for in the living room to put on our sort of churchy seat that we have. And yeah, so I'm just making lots of little things for the house and just making it a bit more homemade.